There's plenty of conjecture about who invented the modern luxury SUV. Range Rover claims it's the original, while Mercedes-Benz beat Audi, BMW, and Porsche to the punch by revealing the first-generation ML in 1997. You could argue that the BMW X5 defines the large luxury SUV segment, though. The badge has come a long way. The first-generation model debuted in 1999, borrowed heavily from the 5 Series, and was topped with a sprinkling of Land Rover DNA. The fourth-generation car here is a road-biased luxury family staple that's spawned a global range of 7 BMW SUVs. Although BMW has announced a facelift version of the X5 for 2024, the car you see here will be on sale for the next 6 months at least. It's been updated with new screens and more power, but prices are also up across the board. Should you wait for the update to touch down, or snap up a 2023 car while you still can? How much does the BMW X5 xDrive 30D cost? Most of the BMW range was recently hit with a price rise for 2023, but the X5 managed to dodge the increases. Watch Paul's review of the X5 xDrive 30D. The xDrive 30D is now the base model in the range, with a sticker price of $126,900 before on-roads. Over at Audi, the equivalent Q7 is the 50 TDI Line Quattro, with a sticker price of $129,400 before on-roads, while the Mercedes-Benz GLE 400D kicks off at $143,200 before on-roads. 2023 BMW X5 pricing. BMW X5 xDrive 30D M Sport, $126,900. BMW X5 xDrive 40i M Sport, $130,900. BMW X5 xDrive 45e M Sport, $139,900. BMW X5 M50i Pure, $149,900. BMW X5 M50i, $164,900. BMW X5 M Competition, $227,900. Prices exclude on-road costs. What is the BMW X5 xDrive 30D like on the inside? Learn more. The updated X5 coming down under later in 2023 features more prominent screens, but the car on test here isn't what you'd call old-fashioned. Even 4 years after its debut, it looks great, but that hasn't come at the cost of function. Front passengers sit in well-stuffed, supportive seats with electric adjustment, and everything you touch feels high quality. From the cold metal on the transmission tunnel to the fat, leather-trimmed steering wheel, the 30D is no base-level stripper. You also get the sense it's been screwed together properly. Our tester was quite long in the tooth for a press car, but there were no rattles, squeaks, or loose pieces of trim. That's not always the case after a hard life on the press fleet. It's brilliantly functional. There's heaps of storage up front for bottles, along with a wireless charger, a wallet-sized slot beneath the dashboard, and a useful space beneath the split-opening central armrest, and you get physical buttons for climate control. 2023 BMW X5. BMW has replaced the infotainment system in the current X5 with a new, one-piece display lifted from the 9 and i4 for 2024. Although it looks slick, it's not necessarily a step forward from the system in our tester. Not only does it still look modern, the fact you're able to interact using the rotary controller on the center tunnel, "Hey BMW" voice prompts, or the touchscreen makes it easy to navigate both the native software and smartphone mirroring. The graphics still look great, and it responds sharply to inputs. What does need improvement is the wireless Apple CarPlay system, which was prone to dropouts during our time behind the wheel. The digital driver's display isn't quite up to scratch. It's visually busy, and doesn't have the range of layout options you get in Audi's excellent virtual cockpit, although you still get the information you need about speed, revs, and your trip computer. Rear seat space is solid, although the X5 is shaded by the marginally larger, similarly priced, Audi Q7 in the second row. Headroom is excellent back there, even with the panoramic sunroof fitted, and there's plenty of legroom for tall teenagers. The tall windows mean it feels bright in the second row, and all the amenities you'd expect feature. There's a fold-down central armrest, air vents with their own temperature controls, and decent door bins for road trip snacks. There's also 4 USB ports back there. Along with the 2 USB-C ports at the base of the transmission tunnel, there are 2 on the front seat back alongside a tablet mount for the kids on long road trips. Isofix points feature on the outboard rear seats, and there's a trio of top tethers back there for child seats. Boot space is a claimed 650 liters with the rear seats in place, expanding to 1870 liters with them folded flat. BMW deserves points for sticking with its split tailgate, which makes it easier to slide heavy things into the boot, or works as a seat when you're watching your kids play sport. What's under the bonnet? The X5 xDrive 30D is powered by a 3.0-liter inline-6 turbo diesel, generating 195 kilowatts, 4,000 RPM, of power and 620 Nm, 2,000-2,500 RPM, of torque. BMW claims a 0 to 100 km/h time of 6.5 seconds. All BMW X5 variants feature an 8-speed ZF automatic as standard, as well as xDrive all-wheel drive. Claimed fuel economy is 7.2 L/100 km, equivalent to 189 g/km CO2. We saw 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers over a week of mixed driving. The fuel tank holds 80 liters, which makes for a theoretical range of more than 1,000 kilometers. How does the BMW X5 xDrive 30D drive? This is meant to be the base BMW X5 in Australia, but you wouldn't know if from behind the wheel. The 3.0-liter inline-6 turbo diesel is effortless all the time. There's no real lag off the line, and it surges through the mid-range with way more determination than you'd expect. Save for a hint of turbo whistle, it doesn't sound like a truck inside, and the linear way it delivers its performance puts it on a different plane to the average diesel engine. Our videographer, who daily drives a Ford XR8 Uda, hopped out and said it feels like a naturally aspirated V8. Of course, the 8-speed ZF automatic plays a role in that as well. At a cruise it slurs effortlessly through the gears, rarely letting the engine rev beyond around 2,000 RPM, but it's also willing to hang on to ratios longer and tap into the torque-rich mid-range when you dip the throttle further. Although there are paddles behind the steering wheel, the transmission is smart enough to give you what you need, when you need it most of the time, and there's sport mode for when you're running late for school. At school run speeds, the steering is light and direct, making it easy to place what's a big car in small spaces, and BMW offers some of the clearest cameras in the business. Throw in the high driving position, and there's no excuse for curb strikes. Although it's been tuned to feel sporty by SUV standards, the M Sport suspension tune does a good job keeping pimply city streets out. It's also nicely settled on the highway, where you get the feeling the X5 could just truck along forever without ever feeling flustered. Not only is it quiet and comfortable, it's fearsomely efficient at 100 km/h. We saw economy as low as 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers at a cruise which, when you consider the 80L fuel tank, would be good for well over 1,000 kilometers on a single fill. With no more component shortages, BMW says it's no longer taking active driver assists out of its new cars. That's a good thing, because they're some of the best. The adaptive cruise control smoothly maintains a gap to the car in front, the lane keep only intervenes when it really needs to, and the blind spot monitor doesn't jump at shadows. BMW also deserves points for making it simple when you want to turn them off, placing a button prominently on the dashboard to access all your driver assist settings. As for when you want to test out the old Ultimate Driving Machine tagline, There's no escaping the fact the X5 has evolved into a 2-ton Hulk, but it does control its mass better than most large SUVs. There's enough weight in the steering to inspire confidence, and the all-wheel drive system provides excellent traction in slippery conditions. It doesn't feel reactive, and the rear bias in day-to-day driving means you don't get the feeling of the front wheels slipping off the mark when the road is wet, nor is there any torque steer. What do you get? X5 xDrive 30D highlights. M Sport package. 20-inch M light alloy wheels. Adaptive 2-axle or suspension, self-leveling. Panorama glass sunroof. M aerodynamics package. M high gloss shadow line. M roof rails and high gloss shadow line. Adaptive LED headlights. LED tail lights. Electric folding side mirrors. Heated. Anti-dazzle function, driver. Auto-dipping function, passenger. BMW Live Cockpit Professional. 12.3-inch instrument display. 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment. Satellite navigation. Voice control. USB-A plus USB-C ports in row 1. 2x USB-C ports in row 2. DAB plus radio. 10-speaker hi-fi audio, 205W amplifier. Wireless smartphone charging. Vernasca leather upholstery. Door sill finishers with M designation, front. Aluminum mesh effect interior trim finishers. M leather steering wheel. Anthracite headliner. Instrument panel in Sensitech leatherette. Auto tailgate. 2.5 zone climate control. Electric front seats including driver memory. Heated front seats. Comfort access. BMW digital key. Floor mats in velour. Sports seats, front. 40 hours 20 minutes and 40 seconds second row backrest. BMW connected drive. Intelligent emergency call. Teleservices. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Vehicle apps, news, weather, asterisk. BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant asterisk. Connected Package Professional asterisk. Asterisk 3-year subscription. Indulgence package, $7,000. Active seat ventilation, front. Comfort seats, front. Crafted clarity glass trim application. Seat heating, front and rear. Massage function, front seats. Is the BMW X5 xDrive 30D safe? The X5 wears a 5-star ANCAP safety rating with 2018 date stamp, based on tests conducted by Euro NCAP. However, this rating only covers 3.0-liter petrol and diesel models, with plug-in hybrid and V8 variants remaining unrated. The X5 scored 89% for adult occupant protection, 87% for child occupant protection, 75% for vulnerable road user protection, and 71% for safety assists. Standard safety equipment includes 7 airbags including driver's knee. Driving assistant professional. Adaptive cruise with stop/go. Front, rear cross-traffic alert. Steering and lane control assistant. Lane keep assist. Side collision warning. Lane change assistant. Crossroads warning. Evasion aid. High beam assist. Parking assistant plus. Active park distance control rear, sensors. Reversing assistant. Surround view, 360 cameras. Panorama view. 3D view. Speed limiter. Speed limit info. How much does the BMW X5 xDrive 30D cost to run? As of October 1, 2022, all new BMW vehicles are covered by a 5-year, unlimited kilometer warranty. No longer does BMW lag behind arch rivals Audi and Mercedes-Benz, nor the likes of Genesis, Lexus, and Volvo. Owners also receive complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance for 3 years with purchase as well. In terms of scheduled maintenance, BMW Australia offers service-inclusive prepaid packages that cover the first 5 years or 80,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. The standard service-inclusive basic costs $2,750 for the core X5 range. Car experts take on the BMW X5 xDrive 30D. There's an update coming, but the current BMW X5 has plenty to offer. The base diesel engine is far from basic, with more than enough performance and impressive economy, and the cabin hasn't really dated since launch. The addition of a slick, one-piece infotainment screen to the 2024 model looks good on paper, but in our experience the latest BMW iDrive isn't necessarily easier to use than the system it's replacing. That's worth keeping in mind. Also worth keeping in mind is the fact the 2024 X5 diesel will be $8,000 more expensive than the 2023 model you see here. If you don't want to wait for the update to arrive, you really aren't missing out on much. Whether or not it's the original luxury SUV, it's still one of the best.